Something that I've been watching from the edges for a little while as I've been reading the blog of Antonio Nito Rodriguez. I find his work in the area of project management to be quite illuminatory and forward thinking and forward looking, and see that there could be something in there for us who are responsible for delivery of projects and strategy within universities as we look for smarter and newer ways of doing things. So he's recently launched a book through Harvard Business Review called the PM Handbook, available through Amazon, I discovered this morning when I did a quick search. And so that is probably the book that I have in my mind's eye to look at in the summer break. Well, he is directly drawing an alignment between projects and delivery strategy, which certainly in industry is not a new thing, but I think within higher education, it's something that we could focus some more on. He's also speaking about the project economy. Basically, the way we can potentially deliver things is through projects, and I think that is gathering momentum in universities, just from my observation. And he also has a really cool tool. You know, we always need a tool in our kit bag called the Project Canvas, which I haven't been able to look into in a lot of detail, but it seems it resonates with the way we think in universities. So I think there's a potential application for the use of the Project Canvas. So it's a whole lot of reasons, aside from the fact that he's an expert in his field. He has received awards. He writes plainly and clearly. He also does some LinkedIn content. There's some courses on LinkedIn that he runs, which I've jumped in and out of as I've been curating some project management courses at my university. And I just think he joins theory and practice in a really clever way.
Great. Cool.
I mean, there's also this other book, the Australian Policy Handbook. I don't know if anyone's interested in. Well, that's a handbook that applies more to the public sector for delivery of policy, but there's a lot of alignment between the way policy is developed and implemented in the public sector with the way we do it in higher education. So I just think that the content of that handbook is very applicable in the higher ed context. And in a previous life, I had a substantial role in development of policy framework, and so I'm just interested in this next edition, the 6th edition of the Australian Policy Handbook, to see how it differs from the previous, what new concepts or content is in there, and how we could potentially apply it in universities. And it just so happens that I'm working on a PhD with a slant on policy, so it also is relevant in that context.